best way to play Bloodborne could soon be on PC. I'm here with another update of Bloodborne running on shadPS4. While this emulator is aiming to play all PS4 games eventually, a ton of work is being put in specifically to get Bloodborne running as best as can be, and it's getting closer every day. This week we have a build capable of playing sounds, SFX, and particle effects natively without any mods. This is running on a work-in-progress 0.4.1 build published by Baggins183, which enabled Tessellation Shaders. I'm not knowledgeable enough to explain Tessellation Shaders, but know that they are necessary for many graphical effects. This encompasses things like fire, blood, fog, lightning, etc. Up until recently, they had to be disabled in order to play the game at all. There were mods that re-enabled some of the SFX, but it wasn't perfect and didn't work for most of them. This is a huge step towards making the game look and feel like the Bloodborne that people love. Is now the time to jump in? Well, while it's running better than ever, there are some caveats. First and foremost, the game still crashes a ton. And every crash runs you a risk of corrupting your save, so you have to make backups and be prepared to lose progress. There are RAM spikes and VRAM leaks that cause the emulator to crash all the time. A large portion of people I see post on the shadPS4 Discord still can't get past the character creator and need to load someone else's save in order to do that. I've heard Intel CPUs and I think some older AMD GPUs have a lot of crashing issues as well. If you do make it into the game, there's also some weird texture bugs here and there as well, like some texture edges that bleed through other surfaces. It's not a big deal, but as far as I know, this doesn't have any fixes at the moment. You'll still run into Vertex explosions, which blanket the entire screen until you quit out or restart. One mod to reduce this removes your ability to create the custom face for your character, so you'll just have a default face. An alternative workaround is to use a mask to cover your face. For some reason, the player character's face textures are a major cause for these explosions. I opted for the beak mask, which usually takes a while to get, but there's a really cool mod called Bloodborne Enhanced, which adds some quality of life enhancements like being able to warp from any lantern, but it also adds an optional stocked shop to the Hunter's Dream to pick up any equipment you want at the beginning of the game. There are a handful of masks that cover your entire face that you could pick from. It drastically reduces the Vertex explosions, but NPC hunters can still trigger them. In order to manage these mods, I can recommend Vortex Mod Manager and the Bloodborne Vortex extension by Kimboy1. The extension mod page will have instructions on how to get it up and running. It's relatively easy to get set up, and it will let you drag and drop new versions of the emulator as well as enable and disable mods with the push of a button. It's very handy for managing this beautiful mess. I think that about sums up the update for today. If you want to keep up with it yourself, I recommend checking out the shadPS4 Discord. I'll make new videos when big updates drop from the emulator and we get further bug fixes. See you in Yarnum!